Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Julian Lennon, Kevin Pollak, and Darlene Flugel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Wow, they're nice. Boy, the sound of applause. I'll never wash these ears again. How many are you going to watch the... As soon as you leave here tonight, you know, you can watch the lunar eclipse. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be, as we speak, I suppose they're seeing it back east about now.
Yeah.
And as we speak, it'll have happened here. How does this work out? As we speak right now, as this is being seen, you can see it now.
Right.
But not right now.
What about all these people here? Will they be able to see it when they leave?
If they go outside, not if they sit here. No, they can't. What are we talking about? Well, I feel kind of good. The moon and Morton Downey Jr. will both disappear. But the good news... but the good news is the moon's coming back. Yeah. That's why I'm in such a dingy mood. It's a full moon, too, tonight. Yeah. People get strange with a full moon. For example, this morning, I was wondering. See if you can answer this for me. If a bee says, "Honey, I'm home," who's he talking to? And I had it must be full moon. I had a weird nightmare last night.
Uh-oh.
Dreamed I was on the dating game and won a date with Leona Hemsley. Did you see the pictures on television? The stealth bomber flew again today.
Yeah.
$550 million, and it was up for a whole hour. And the big announcement this time was that they managed to retract the landing gear. Yeah. Boy, we're really going great. 7 or 8 more flights, they can turn off the seatbelt sign and hand out the honey roasted almonds. But I guess... But next flight is the ultimate test for an American plane. They're going to try to find out if they can see the Grand Canyon out of the right side of the aircraft. Did you ever fly across? They always say, you folks sitting on the right side of the aircraft will be able to see. You don't care, do you?
You can't help it.
Did you see? Did you read? Do you know? Do you tell? How many of you know that the recently deceased Ayatollah Khomeini wrote poetry? And some of it was published in the paper today. And they're publishing his books after his death. And he was some of the loveliest poems ever written. And I've memorized some of them. One of them went, there was a young lady named Luz, whose dress styles created a buzz. She made me turn pale when she showed up with no veil. Now there's a neck where a head was. That was one of them. Oh, he's written many more. There once was a man who was feared, who scratched at a flea in his beard. The flea took a chance and jumped in his pants, and that's why the old man is weird. There was a young man, these are all from the Ayatollah's book. There was a young man from Tehran who kissed every girl in Iran. He plied them with bourbon, unraveled his turban, and showed them where his Hormuz began. I think the Ayatollah wanted to become a poet. He was first inspired by Bob Dylan when he saw him at Woodstock 20 years ago. Did you know this is the anniversary of Woodstock? Is there anybody here that was there? Come on, now, you watch television. There had to be 40 million people saying they were all at Woodstock 20 years ago, but nobody was there? Little known fact that Peter LaSalle, producer of The Tonight Show, was fired as the producer of the Woodstock Festival after he booked Sandler and Young as the opening act. And having Rip Taylor do the warm-up didn't help either. Are you getting a little tired of all the anniversaries of the 1969s that we've had? What? The landing on the moon, Chappaquiddick. They even celebrated the Charles Manson 20th anniversary. Yeah, there are a couple of others that are little known. For example, on this date exactly 20 years ago today, Adam West said, "The Batman movie is going to put me on top." It's also the 12th anniversary, as you know, of whose death? Elvis Presley. And they had a big service at Graceland. Elvis was there. He celebrated by taking the day off from his regular job as the 7-Eleven night clerk in Butte, Montana. President Bush is on vacation. And guess who's running the country? Talk about a Maalox moment. The ABC Washington poll took a survey the other day and said 52% of the Americans don't feel that Quayle is ready to be president. I don't know about you, but I don't think he's ready to be a contestant on Win, Lose, or Draw with Burt Conner. How many of you saw a show called A Current Affair the other week? They had Roseanne Barr's fiance on. And you know what I'm talking about? And he said he had his name tattooed on his derriere and proceeded to show it on television. Wow. And Roseanne Barr, in retaliation, said that she also had tattooed all of Shakespeare's plays. Plus the entire copy of War and Peace. I don't know. It just shows you it's the same old story. Nothing's more romantic than two lovers on a full moon. If you think about it. Tonight, we got a good show. We have Julian Lennon with us tonight. Some good music. We have very funny comedian Kevin Pollak is with us. And a young actress who I think is working in Stallone's latest picture called Lock Up. Yeah. Darlene Flugel is with us tonight. So stay where you are, and we'll be...
And the great NBC Orchestra. It is time now, ladies and gentlemen, for a visitor from the East. That all-knowing, all-telling, all-omniscient, famous seer, sage, soothsayer, and former marriage counselor to the Tonight Show staff, the Magnificent. Welcome. 1,000 welcomes upon your person. So nice to see you again. I have in my hands the envelopes. A child of 4 could see these envelopes are hermetically sealed
They've been kept in a mayonnaise jar and Funkin' Wagnall Sports since noon today. No one knows the contents of these...
You've obviously have had a busy week.
No one knows the contents of these envelopes, but you, in your mystical and borderline divine way, will ascertain the answers to the question, having never before seen the question. Isn't that right, sir?
Whatever you said, yes.
There it is, envelope number 1.
I will divine the answer to the question.
Hermetically sealed. Funkin' Wagnall Sports since noon.
The answer to the question is Yahoo Serious.
Yahoo Serious.
What are the 2 stages of sex? Yahoo Serious. Rugs, fish batter, and SNL executives. Name 3 things that should be beaten every Friday. Eminem, Eminem, Eminem.
Eminem, Eminem, Eminem.
How does Mel Tillis say the motel's on fire? Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch.
What's the rudest thing you can do to a girl in a church? Maui, Oahu. How do you say, can I marry you with a mouthful of hot poi? Maui, Oahu. Oh.
Are you tidying up in case of an early exit?
Speaking of early exits. And they're off.
And they're off.
Oh, shut up. What does a vet yell after he neuters a bull? And they're off. French toast. What does a very lonely Pepperidge Farm baker do? Hershey bar.
Hershey bar.
That's right. Name Roseanne's chunkier sister. Baja. How do sheep laugh? The winners. Who are the Dodgers playing tonight? Deja vu. Deja vu. Deja vu. Demonstrate a cheap running gag. A little dab will do you. What does Dabney Coleman tell his dates?
I hold in my hand the last envelope.
May the choreographer of a desert chorus line give your brother one singular sensation. Wet sawdust, dirty socks, and oat bran. Name 3 things that taste like oat bran.
The Tonight Show will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Okay. You're back. Thank you. My first guest. My first guest is completing his United States tour this week. He's going to start off with a song from his latest album called Mr. Jordan. This is his 3rd album. Would you welcome, please, Julian Lennon. Julian.
Mother Mary, hold on me, denies my feelings from those who can see. The sacred wisdom can caress my soul, confused and forsaken by what I've been told. It always sounded so right to me, to offer my prayers with the hope to be free. Oh, Mother Mary, is this wrong for me to judge myself by what you see? And if I stand here, will you stand by me? Is the choice that I make, is a choice to be me. Beyond your praise, my heart has been touched by something said. I want to go with her, I want to be there. I knelt at your side, did you feel me? I gave you my all to be nearer to me. Mother Mary, is this wrong for me to judge myself by what you see? And if I stand here, will you stand by me? It's the choice that I make, it's a choice to be me. You know I'll always be there. You know I'll always be there. I said I'll always be there. Can't you show me a way to believe? Have I been enlightened, misled or deceived? It always sounded so right to me, to offer my prayers with the hope to be free. Mother Mary, is this wrong for me choice that I make is a choice to breathe in.
Yeah, Julian Lennon. What do you mean all? Tell me what you're talking about. Now, you came over. I come over and I noticed as you came over, you went, something like that. Was something happened?
Well, no. My voice has been really rough. I blew it out last night in Las Vegas, so to speak. And it's hard trying to keep it together on the road sometimes.
Yeah, what do you do when you get to that point? Because that'll happen.
There's not much.
Especially people who work in the desert, you get very dry.
There's not much you can do because you're flying all the time. You're in and out of air conditioning, out into the humidity.
Right.
And it just gets to you, and once you lose your voice, if you don't have a day off, then you're in trouble and you sound like I just did.
No, you're fine. How many shows have you played in the last, say, month or so? Are you almost every night? Almost?
It's pretty much every day.
Yeah.
We were over in Europe for about a month or so, clubbing it, and then we decided it was time to hit America again.
It's good to meet you and have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
We'll do this and let your voice relax for 1 minute, then we'll come back and talk.
You.
Stay where you are. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're talking with Julian Lennon. You live here in Los Angeles now, right?
Yeah, I moved here about a year ago.
How do you like it?
I like it very much.
Somebody said are you domestic or...
I'm very, yeah.
Really?
I like to cook and paint and knock walls down and put walls back up and...
Yeah,
very domestic.
Somebody said you have people over sometime to help just take a wall down?
Yeah, I've actually moved a couple of times since I've been here, and I still haven't... well, I might have found the place now, but when I moved into places, I always wanted to knock a wall down, and I used to have wall knocking down parties at every new house, and video it so that I just have it, in memory.
Did you own the house at this time, or was
yes, I did. Yes.
It's tough to do when you're renting, you know.
I do go over and do other houses if anybody needs a wall knocking down.
Here's a question you get all the time, but I feel compelled to ask it.
Okay.
When you have a famous father, is it tough? Do people expect more of you, do you think, sometimes? Or does it make it tougher or easier? I know you've had that question before.
Well, I think quite a few people expect me to be as equal as him when I start out in my work or talent or effort or whatever I try and do. Which is a little tough to start out with, you know.
Of course. Everybody has to reach their own...
Exactly. Yeah. It takes time to progress and gain knowledge. But, I mean, the thing I do these days, I used to listen to a lot of people's opinions. And that would always bring me down, and I found it very hard to...
You have to find your own way, don't you?
Very much so. These days, I really don't listen to anybody at all and just follow my heart and do the best I can at what I do.
I think that's the only way to progress. If you're creative. You got to go with what's when you're on tour all the time, obviously you have a chance to meet young ladies, I'm sure.
Yes.
Is it tough to form any kind of lasting relationship, or are you more into the music now and that'll come later? Well,
yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm really concerned, well, not necessarily concerned, but I'm really 100% involved in my career at the moment. And whether it be the creative side or the business side, it pretty much takes up 90% of my time. And I find it really hard to find a balance where I can release the music and take care of personal affairs. So it's a little tough at the moment. So I'm married to music at the moment.
Well,
very happy.
There's plenty of time for marriage.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Somebody said your stepbrother, Sean, right?
Yes.
He was on stage with you in New York?
Yeah, I came into New York a day early before the show and sort of asked him whether he wanted to join me on stage. He'd been up there a couple of years before, but just stood there on the side. But this time I said, well, if you feel like it, I'll mention it. And if you want to come up and sing. Boom. And he came straight up, took the guitar, stood in front, stole the show. It was great. He was wonderful.
But you work well together, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
That's nice to get along that well.
Yeah.
Would you do something else for us? Is the voice still... Is that any voice left? hate to kill you for your next concert.
Hey, no, it's fine.
Don't tell you what. Don't
This,
sing full out. Just
I have to on this
you
one.
do?
Well, I don't know. This one's a little harder edge style from the last one we played. So,
All right, you up
if you
to
want
it?
to put your earplugs in now,
No,
you will.
I'm all set.
It's
all yours. It's all yours.
Well, you could be happy, happy in my arms. Don't look distracted. Does my son no charms? Well, you could be happy, but only with me. If you call for the light, you could spend your life with me. Well, now you're in heaven. Well, now you're in heaven. Well, you could be loving in my arms. Exactly, you're happy. Need my loving charms. Well, you could be loving, but only with me. Just take hold of my hand, it's a trail to see. Happy. Well, now you're in heaven. Take hold of my hand, be happy. Well, now you're in heaven. Take hold of my hand, be happy. Well, now you're in heaven. Take hold of my hand, be happy. You're in heaven with me. Take hold of my hand. So Jordan, I've never seen anything as beautiful as that, not even in heaven. Well, now you just love me. Be happy in my arms. But don't look distracted. Does my son no charms? Well, you could be happy, but only with me. Tell me what you think, 'cause I wanna know. Yes, I wanna know. Be happy. Well, now you're in heaven. Take hold of my hand. Be happy. Well, now you're in heaven. Take hold of my hand. Well, now you're in heaven. You're in heaven with me.
Yeah. Bring it on. Come on, go. I'll welcome up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You're hanging in there. Thank you. We'll be right back. Okay, my next guest has been with us before. Kevin Pollak is here tonight. He's a very funny actor and comedian who was seen in the television series Coming of Age, and Kevin's going to be performing at Caroline's in New York, the 24th through the 28th of this month. Would you welcome Kevin Pollak? Good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Yeah, welcome. Somebody said before, we usually ask people if they want water or something. You said you wanted tea.
Little tea.
Cold?
I have a cold, yes, and I
That's
feel...
what Good for the
Same
throat.
thing, that humidity,
Same thing.
not humidity, dry heat, wet heat, too much heat. That's what it is. I feel stupid. That's what I feel. When I get a cold, I feel stupid. It reminds me that I don't take care of myself, and I should. I'm stupid. I should do like a public service announcement. Hi, I'm Kevin Pollak, and I have a cold. A real doozy. Scratchy throat, watery eyes, stuffy nose. Hell, I can barely breathe. Why am I so happy? Because I'm stupid. That's how stupid I feel.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Now, what is it you want to get off your chest? Somebody said you got...
I have a bone to pick.
You got a bone to pick
I
with
have a
somebody?
bone to pick with Burger King. Please don't try to stop me, Julian or Ed. I have to get this off my chest. I'm sorry. The two of you probably could stop me, but don't.
What's your beef with Burger King?
Well,
if
Burger
that's the right
King
word.
is...
No, nothing. I didn't mean... No, I didn't... I'm not putting down Burger King. Fine as
And neither am I. We're
covering
offering,
our base, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And they're writing letters right now. Yes, they're offering a bagel sandwich. Maybe you've heard about the bagel sandwich from Burger King.
From Burger King?
Now, this might not be exciting, being raised in Nebraska. Maybe you didn't have a lot of bagel sandwiches when you grew up. In my house, we had a lot of bagel sandwiches all the time, okay? A Jewish family, bagel sandwiches every day. So... I'm excited about the Burger King's bagel sandwich until I found out what's available in the bagel sandwich. Ham, bacon, and sausage.
In a bagel sandwich? No Wisconsin?
There's a genius working overtime, huh?
It offend everybody. Little pork in there?
Yeah. Why don't they just offer us a Hindu burger with pictures of the missing cows on the back? I mean, you'd think there'd be one Jew with the board of directors of Burger King that would say, fellas, trust me. Bagel, pig, not good.
But no.
What the hell's next? Spam Knish? Get out of here.
But somebody told me you worked at, a fast food restaurant.
Who said that?
Well, somebody told me. Who cares who said it?
I did, actually. I worked, and I was 16 years old. I don't know if I should say the name of the place. All right, it was Kentucky Fried Something. And,
That'll confuse them.
yeah. I can't say what the something is, but you could get it extra crispy. All right.
How old were you when you did this?
I was 16 years old, and I was already working on a stand-up act, doing some impressions and doing some jokes, but I needed a real job. So I go in, I fill out the application, I give it to the guy with the paper manager hat, Mr. Impressive, and he has the guts to say to me, well, I'm not sure you're KFC material, young man. So I tried to impress him by doing Captain Kirk from Star Trek, but you don't understand. Chicken is my life. I needed a job.
But Captain, that's completely illogical.
That's right. I simply must deep fry.
Did you hang out? Did you land that biggie? That big job?
Yeah, I got that job. I didn't know. It's a Mr. French Fry. That's what they called me. I was just great.
Now, last time you were here, you were teaching me how to do Peter Falk. I have the voice pretty well, but you did the eye business because Peter has one eye that's a little off.
Well,
It's somewhere in Wyoming.
That's right.
There we go. Now, let's see if I got it. Right?
Now, you got it. I know you.
You were in makeup, and I walked in. Let's see if you have to cross your eyes and then look one way, right?
One way, then recross.
All right, so you cross somebody, look over and say, oh, by the way, you know, my Mrs. Colombo, and then you keep looking back and forth. And it gives you...
That's it.
But it gives you severe headaches, doesn't it?
It does.
Keep crossing your eyes like that.
It gives you a lot of headaches. Now,
You
there
have
are
a-
other impressions you could do.
All right.
The big one when I do the impressions is probably from the TV show Taxi, the character Reverend Jim Ignatowski. Everybody acquainted?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, doke. All right, now. Yeah. See now, you gotta mess the hair a little on the side, and you just drop the chin down like this, Johnny. You bug out the eyes like this. Put out one hand and okay, doke.
So you got to get a little while. Okie doke. No, that's not close.
Yes,
Little tricks of the trade.
yes. A couple of inside.
Well, I don't quite understand that at all. No,
You
you're
got
crazy.
that one.
You're doing what was you making a movie? Somebody said you were.
Well, I had a movie out last summer, Willow, of course.
Yeah.
This summer, I went to see if I could get any new characters from the films that are out. Star Trek V, a little disappointing. I think the cast is getting just a little old. What's Bones, 90? I mean, you know, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a cadaver. Now, Batman. Did you see Batman?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, I'm not going to give anything away when I tell you this one scene. I thought Michael Keaton did a very good job as Bruce Wayne, but there was one scene where I would love to see Albert Brooks cast as Bruce Wayne. I'll tell you what this is.
Albert Brooks. Who does Albert
Kim
Brooks?
Basinger plays Vicky Vale, and Alfred the butler waltzes her into the Batcave, where no man or woman has ever been before besides Alfred and Bruce Wayne. Did that upset anybody when this happened? That she just comes right in?
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne does nothing. I would have loved to see Albert Brooks, the comedian, writer, actor, director, as Bruce Wayne. Hi, Vicky, how are you? Nice to see you. Just a second, okay? I'll be right with you. Alfred, come here! I'm sorry, I thought you understood the concept of the secret hideout, but apparently not. Let's review. I'm allowed in the Batcave, you're allowed in the Batcave, no one else! Let's go outside, see the gardener's done with the hedgers. Maybe he'd like to see the Batcave, too!
That's good. That's good. But what I don't understand is...
When I fight criminals, I wear a bat suit. If I go to the bank, it's a blue suit. You see the difference?
Where did this come from? Being back east, you get an ear for... we talked about that, I think.
I hid behind voices my whole life growing up.
Were you shy?
Well, yeah.
You can play somebody else. You can make a silly sound, you get attention, and yet it's not you.
Exactly. If they didn't like the celebrity I was doing, then that's the celebrity's problem. It's not mine. And I think even as adults, we hide behind voices from time to time. Like, say, you're in a relationship and you want something from your mate, but you know you really don't have a chance in getting it. So you ask for it with that little baby talk voice. You know the baby talk voice. The one you share only with your loved ones, because you know that voice don't fly at work with your buddies. Hey, Bob, how are we doing that merger? Well, I was up late. Now, shut up with that baby talk. Didn't hire an infant, damn it. I will be going to bed late at night, for example. My girlfriend's already there. She'll say, Kevin, can I have a glass of water, please? Now, you can't say no to that. Right. Or she can say, but I'm tired, too. Oh, yeah, back and forth. One of us wets our pants. It's fun.
It doesn't work for the man. We'll take a break. We're coming right back. Okay, my next guest, as they say. This next young lady is making her first appearance, I understand, on any television talk show. She's an attractive gal who was opposite Sylvester Stallone in his latest picture, Lockup. She was also in The Eyes of Laura Mars, Tough Guys, Once Upon a Time in America, To Live and Die in L.A., Running Scared, and the NBC series Crime Story. Wow. That's a lot of kind of wow. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Yes.
Hasn't done this?
Well, we'll find out. Would you welcome Darlene Flugel? All right. A lot of credits there. You've done a lot of work, haven't you?
Yeah, it's taken a lot of time, but I've
in
done
the
a lot
past
of
few years. Can I ask you a question? And don't take this personally. Most people, if you went to a movie studio and they ask you your name, you say Darlene Flugel, which is F-L-U-E-G-E-L, would suggest Darlene Swenson or Darlene Jordan or something like that. Have you ever done that?
Absolutely, all the time. I was a model for a little while, and I just went by my first name, and then when I finally got my first role as an actress, it was, okay, come up with a name that's going to go well with that.
Right.
And my grandmother said, don't change your name. I don't mean in the show, but I mean in real life.
Well, of course, because it's part of your history and your culture. So, but don't the people all say, how do you spell that when you say it?
They can't even say it, let alone... And the
Did I
first name
pronounce
they
right?
can't say.
Flugel?
Flugel, you got right, yes.
And Darlene, not Darlene.
Darlene.
Well, you see, I'm both
See,
wrong.
there you go. Can you
times.
imagine growing up with a name like that?
Not me, I can't. No, that would have been...
Torture!
I would have been beaten severely every week if I had a Darlene. And I was anyway, and my name was John. I did not realize that we have met before, and I remembered when somebody brought it to my attention, but it wasn't in the business or something, right?
You never looked at those videotapes, Johnny?
No. No. You see, right away they're thinking Rob Lowe. You see, don't?
Sorry.
I do things like hummingbirds, you know, and stuff like that.
Well, my husband was
clouds.
there. It would have made it weird.
I was in Malibu, and you I believe, came along with your husband one day, and I was experimenting with a new video camera. And you took pictures of me, and I took pictures, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we happened to be on the beach, and you invited us up, and we took some pictures. But as soon as you got behind the camera, you got nervous, which really surprised me. You were very shy.
You mean when you're taking...
Yeah, when I put my arm around you for the picture. You turned
because
kind
you
of
never know,
red
you
and-
never know where those things show up. Anyway,
It was your camera.
it was all extremely innocent. It was your background shots,
it
like
was.
extras in a movie. Was your husband? You were just newly married at that time, were you not?
Yeah, I was at that time. That was.
And he was in a rodeo?
5 years ago. He's a calf roper. Yeah, he does rodeo occasionally. He
Yeah.
just does it as a hobby. He loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that attracted me to him in the beginning, because it was the first man I ever knew who knew how to handle a horse or be around a horse, and I've had horses since I was
And most
18.
girls would say, "What do you do?" And the guy says, I'm a calf roper." Would not say, "Hey, how great," There's nothing wrong with calf roping, of course. There's nothing wrong with flugel either. You say, I'm just...
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to know that.
So do you go to these rodeos with him? And
Yeah, I do. I ride a lot, too, and I ride his horses, and I enjoy that. I got into a whole different form of riding, Western riding, with him.
Now, you said you were a
But,
model, then you went to New York. You must have been started very young to do all this stuff already in the last few years.
Yeah, I started at 14.
Yeah.
I was sort of...
Where are you from originally?
Upstate New York, Binghamton, New York.
Yeah.
And
Now, wait a second. How many people are here from not New York, but Binghamton? Okay, no, you can only applaud if you're actually from the town. A whole state, we don't need that. But if you're actually from Binghamton, you may applaud. You see?
oh, there you go. Okay, well, at least they could say it and they knew it.
So you just took off and went to New York at that age?
Yeah, I've been planning to do that ever since I could remember. I wanted to be an actress.
Yeah, but how would your
So I
parents
thought-
at 14 let you go to a city like New York?
They didn't want to. Well, my dad was ill at the time, and my mother was away a lot at the hospital.
So now what is a young 14-year-old? Where do you stay? How do you have any
It
contacts?
isn't easy, I'll tell you. I had one friend in New York, one photographer I knew.
Yeah.
And she would take pictures of me and let me stay at her apartment, if possible, or friends of hers. I moved around a lot.
Yeah.
I stayed within 10 blocks of every area of the city, including Queens, Brooklyn, everywhere.
Yeah.
I moved around a lot in the beginning.
Modeling is a tough job, isn't it? Girls think it's very glamorous, and only a few, I guess, top models really make what you call a really good living at it. Did you do commercials? Were you a specialized model? They have actually what they call hand models, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Where
They have
girls
to protect
actually
their hands.
only go in because they have beautiful hands or fingers or something, and that's all they've ever seen on television or in magazines.
I could never do that. I can't. I'm constantly bumping myself and bruises everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm real athletic, so I couldn't stand
But isn't that true? They
go
have
around
girls who
with gloves.
specialize in just feet,
Yeah, feet, legs, the works, yeah.
and they never see the face.
They never could use my hands, though, when I do anything.
Why
They had
would
to bring
they
in
not?
another girl, and she'd stick her hand on my face,
Yeah.
Be somebody else's hand,
So what are you working on right now? How was working with Stallone?
Oh, that was real interesting. I hadn't met him before we worked together.
Yo.
And it was, yo, was right. I walked in, yo, hi.
Well, he does talk a little bit like that, doesn't he? When he
A
talks
little
to you?
bit, yeah, sometimes.
So,
But it was great working with him because he's got a good sense of humor, and
Right.
we hit it off on that level right away and had a lot of fun joking around.
is somebody playing the piano?
They're trying to tell you, cut her off.
Is somebody right now playing the piano?
Yes.
I thought so. Is there a reason for that?
Signal.
Yes.
That means
Money.
play.
Again.
Okay, we just have time to wrap it up. Nice to see you again. Good luck. Kevin will be Caroline's in New York the 24th of this month through the 28th.
Indeed, I will.
And
Thanks for having me.
Julian, pleasure to have you.
Chào bạn đang xem kênh Xe Cũ Giá Tốt. Và hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc Kia Morning số sàn sản xuất 2017, bản đủ, bản SI nhá. Chiếc xe màu đỏ, biển Hà Nội, tư nhân chính chủ. Chúng ta đi một vòng quanh xe để xem tổng thể chiếc xe. Chiếc xe bản đủ khá là đẹp, hơi đồng bóng một chút. Từ tay nắm cửa mạ chrome cho đến xi nhan tích hợp trên gương cho đến lốp, nhìn rất là đẹp. Đèn còn sáng. Màu đỏ thì hơi đồng bóng một chút, dành cho các phụ nữ thì hợp. Đây, về trời mưa nói chung là đủ hết. Đây, đèn rất là sáng. Lốp la răng đẹp và mới. Xi nhan tích hợp trên gương. Tay nắm cửa mạ chrome. Tay nắm cửa rất đẹp. Đây, về trời mưa đây. Chủ nhân rất là giữ gìn các bạn ạ. Lốp là rằng rất là đẹp, zin. Các bạn có thể thấy tổng thể chiếc xe rất là đẹp. Đây, đèn hậu Kia Morning. Và chúng ta sẽ xem đến phần máy. Tôi sẽ mở lắp cabo đây. Đây, máy móc cái keo chỉ nguyên zin. Đó, các bạn thấy không? Đây, máy móc này. Đây, đai ốc mọi thứ nguyên zin. Máy móc đinh tán nguyên bản. Nói chung là máy móc thì không phải bàn rồi, các bạn cứ thuê thợ đến check thoải mái. Đây là đến cốp. Cốp, đây là cái giá để đồ này. Đó. Xe đây. Keo chỉ cũng nguyên zin các bạn ạ. Đó, các bạn cứ thuê thợ đến check thoải mái. Lốp dự phòng đầy đủ. Đây, xe nói chung là còn đẹp. Từ chỗ để lốp dự phòng cũng còn đẹp cơ. Đây, vào bên trong nội thất. Hàng ghế trước. Đây là bản đủ, vì vậy là gương kính chỉnh điện các bạn ạ. Đây, vô lăng thì rất là đẹp. Vô lăng tích hợp nhá. Đó, các bạn thấy không? Vô lăng tích hợp. Túi khí. Vô lăng nó rất là mới và đẹp. Xe này không phải bàn nữa rồi. Đây. Cần số còn đẹp. Điều hòa thì rét buốt. Đầu DVD nguyên bản. Đây là camera hành trình. Đã được lắp thêm.
Đây, ghế thì da ghế còn như mới các bạn ạ. Xe chủ rất là giữ gìn, xe còn đẹp, trần rất là đẹp, đèn trần. Đây là hàng ghế sau rồi, đây này. Da ghế rất là đẹp, hàng ghế sau cũng rất đẹp các bạn ạ. Đây, các bạn có thể thấy là còn nguyên bản như mới. Nói chung là chiếc xe này thì bên em đang ra bán với giá là 210 triệu cho một chiếc Kia Morning số sàn, sản xuất 2017, bản đủ, biển Hà Nội, bao rút hồ sơ. Ai mua thì liên hệ với em qua số điện thoại em để trên góc trái màn hình. Tổng thể chiếc xe trông rất là đẹp, ai mua thì liên hệ sớm, không là sẽ bán mất đấy các bạn ạ. Ai mua liên hệ sớm với em nhá. Và xin chào các bác.